Hey, it's time for Article 3, the Judicial Branch Supreme Court, looking at the United States Constitution. Let's take a peek here, just a couple of slides. Section 1 in Article 3 establishes that the judicial power or the power to interpret the law is granted to the United States Supreme Court. They are the highest court in the land and any inferior courts that Congress might establish. It also establishes that the judges keep their office during good behavior and will receive compensation. Remember, that's a fancy word for money that will not be decreased during their time in office. So basically, they can't reduce the amount of pay that they get. So the judicial branch is the law interpreting branch of the government, and we typically think of the Supreme Court and any other lower courts that the Congress has established. In Section 2, we see that this establishes the jurisdictional reach of the Supreme Court, as in what kinds of cases they're going to hear, both the original cases that might show up at the Supreme Court and then appellate jurisdiction. What that means is if somebody has a result in a court in a lower court that they don't like, they can appeal it to a higher court, and they can keep on going potentially until they get all the way to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court, is the highest court in the land. So once you've gotten to that court as a United States citizen, there's really no other place to go. Whatever decision the Supreme Court hands down, that's the one you're stuck with. Sometimes the court, depending on the topic, might have original jurisdiction. Other times it's appellate. We see lots of appeals cases come before them, but and in that regard, but we also see original cases sometimes show up in front of the court, especially as they relate to constitutionality and whether or not a law is constitutional. In Section 3, this section defines treason and establishes the punishment for treason, limiting it to the traitor only. It used to be in the old days that if you were determined to be a traitor, that anyone that you were associated with, including family members, could also be given the same punishment as you were. The idea being that if you were a bad guy and a traitor against your country, that there was a strong likelihood that the people you were associating with must be also. And so in Section 3, it clearly lines out that if you are convicted of treason, that it's you that receives the punishment, not everybody else that's also affiliated with you. Now, if they've committed treason too, then obviously they're going to be charged on their own. But it doesn't mean that you're guilty by association, basically. The image that you see here is an image of the current United States Supreme Court, along with the listing of each of those individuals as they appear in the image. My hero, Ruth Bader Ginsburg here, she is quite the firecracker and has been a force to be reckoned with on the court for a long time. Our newest appointees to the Supreme Court is Justice Kavanaugh here, and then we also have Justice Gorsuch, who is also fairly new. Both of these two gentlemen are appointees to the court, confirmed by the United States Senate. They were both appointed by President Trump during his tenure as president. So that is a picture of the justices that make up our United States Supreme Court. They are the folks whose decisions very often shape what life looks like in our country. So there's only 9 of them, and they serve for life, as long as they continue to have good behavior, which is always good. And those 9 individuals definitely can have a strong impact on what our world looks like here in the United States. So there you go. That's Article 3, super fast. And we'll see you later for Article 4.